Swimming and diving really, we believe, is going to enhance a great many things here on campus. Obviously, from an enrollment management standpoint, we stand to see a gain in student athletes. Potentially, we'll have as many as 500 student athletes on campus next year. But swimming and diving is something that we've been looking at, researching for about the last 2 years. Obviously, the YMCA and their partnership is a tremendous help to us in that regard because we don't have a natatorium, presently on campus. Our research tells us that student athletes in the high school level that have swimming and diving as a background are very dedicated individuals. Usually, academically, they're very sound. The opportunities out there for high school swimmers to advance is marginal in Texas, although there are several institutions that sponsor intercollegiate swimming and diving in Texas. Most of those are at the Division I level. And so we're talking about those folks literally going all over the country to recruit those athletes. In Texas, there are something over 450, 500 high schools that currently sponsor swimming and diving on the men's and women's side. 50 of those in Region 1 of the UIL alone, and that incorporates from El Paso to the Panhandle to the Abilene, Midland, Odessa area. So you've got 50 high schools just in that area alone that sponsor swimming and diving. It was a natural fit. There are not many opportunities in this part of the world. If you could, we could compare it to some degree to wrestling. In that we've got wrestling it's a real hotbed in this part of the world. It made good sense for us to go in that direction. Even though we don't have a venue on campus for swimming, it still made good sense. We're looking, our long-term goal for Wayland Athletics is to provide opportunities for a wide variety of students, and certainly the opportunity that presents itself for swimmers and divers to come to a place like Wayland, get a very good education in addition to continuing their sport of swimming and diving, just made good sense to us. Oklahoma Baptist University in our Sooner Athletic Conference is the only other school that currently offers swimming and diving, so obviously trips to that particular area are there. You also have teams in the Abilene and the Odessa area and Houston, San Antonio area that more than likely that we would travel to. You've got several teams over in Arkansas that we would more than likely. Again, even though it's not a conference sport, there are approximately 25 institutions in the NAIA that sponsor swimming and diving. They've got a long-standing national championship in swimming and diving. And there will be opportunities for us. As in some of our other sports, we'll have to travel a little further to be able to make that happen, but we'll be able to. Starting our coaching search for swimming and diving, obviously it is ongoing as we speak, and we would like to think that we might be able to have someone on board, even though we are currently in the swimming and diving season, both in high school and college. That season is approximately mid-October through early March. So we've got coaches and athletes that are right in the middle of their seasons as we speak. So having somebody here before that season ends probably won't happen. But what we would hope would happen is that we would be able to name that individual before the season ends and then bring them on board shortly thereafter and have a good 2 to 2.5 months before the school let out, where we would be able to do that recruiting that would need to be done. In speaking toward those individuals that may have an interest in us, of course it's a scholarship program, swimming and diving, and although we don't have a coach on campus yet, individuals, student athletes that are out there that may have an interest in looking at Wayland and our swimming and diving program certainly can make contact with myself, with our admissions office. Our recruiters have all been briefed on what we will be doing relative to this. So there's an ongoing recruiting process, even though we really don't have that head coach on staff currently. No doubt, we believe that swimming and diving will add just one more element of energy and excitement to the campus. We're talking 21 sports, And although with a large number of student athletes, certainly gives them an opportunity to support other programs and encourage other athletes that are on campus. So it's a good thing in that regard.